Welcome back in. Fitz the Bill rolling right along. A little talk of the town. We've got to do this because it's a historic weekend up in Watkins Glen. We're joined now, Dystany Spurlock. Dystany, appreciate you taking some time out of your day to chat with us ahead of a pretty massive race for you this weekend up in Watkins Glen.
Yes, it's been a crazy week, but we are here. Thank you for having me on this show. It's nothing like being with my people from home. So this is great.
Let's start there then, because you're an 804 product. I mean, you look at NASCAR, whatever series it is, National Series with the Sprint Cup, with the what O'Reilly Series, I guess they call it now, the Truck Series as well. I think there's only one 804 guy in all of that. It's Denny Hamlin, and then the rest of it, there's just not a lot of 804 representation. What is it about the 804 though that is able to create some high end drivers like Denny and like yourself now as you make the move up the ARCA series and getting ready to go into the Truck Series this weekend?
Yes, first and foremost, I love Denny. Of course, why? Because he's from home. So you have to love Denny. He was everywhere when I was growing up. And just having the chance to be like him as far as racing in NASCAR is amazing. Like you said, you don't get a lot of people that race in, those that level that's from where we're from. So it's amazing to be able to be another addition to that in this space like Denny.
How did the 804 help shape you? Did you go up going to any of the racetracks around the area? Kind of what was that like? Because I know you had a unique journey starting with motorcycles, right?
Yes, exactly. I started with motorcycles, but so like you said, grew up in Richmond. The Richmond International Raceway was 2 miles from where I grew up from, at my grandparents' house. And my poppy, which is my grandfather, he has always been a huge NASCAR fan. So I was little watching Dale Earnhardt, watching the Jeff Gordon. So in my brain, I always knew like that's gonna be me one day, just wishful thinking. And now we actually made it happen. So that's how it shaped me.
Dystany Spurlock joining us on this morning. I want to start into a little bit of the history of what we have coming up this weekend because you're going to be the first black woman to compete as a driver in one of NASCAR's national series in the Truck Series this weekend. How meaningful is that to you? I know it's a question you've probably been asked 100 times. It's going to be asked 100 more before the green flag waves, but how meaningful is that for you?
It means so much to me. Like I always tell people, racing has always been my passion. Is it has always been a love in my heart. But to be able to be the first, it's huge because it has never been done before. But I love racing, but it's not about me. It's about inspiring those little ones that are coming up after me to know that to show them that they can do it too. So I'm excited to actually do it, but I'm excited for all the little boys and girls that are going to be rooting for me and saying they can do it too.
Was there someone that inspired you on your come up?
Race wise or
Yeah,
outside of racing?
either or.
Um, so I'm gonna say it's always been my mom. I tell that to everyone. My mom has been my biggest inspiration and my family support because my mom has always told me, she told me at 4, she said, never be that kid that sat in the back of the classroom and said, dang, I wish I would have volunteered, or dang, I wish I would have raised my hand to get chosen. So when she told me that, from that day forward, I always was like, whatever it is I want to do, I want to try it. So it's only one way to see if you like it or not.
I love it. Dystany Spurlock joining us. And I want to kind of talk a little bit about the Truck Series because we mentioned it earlier. You started with 2 wheels with motorcycles, then the ARCA series is 4 wheels, but it's a car. And now we're getting ready to race in a truck, which is vastly different than the last 2 things you've raced in. What's been preparation like to get ready for the Truck Series?
The preparation has been the exact same as it was for ARCA. So in the gym 6 days a week, watching a lot of film, make sure I'm staying hydrated and eating properly, doing the reaction training, getting a lot of sim training because that is always key. So that way you're not learning the track. Once you get there, you already have an idea. But I also drove tractor trailers. No, it's not the same, but I'm not unfamiliar to a truck.
How does that play a part into it? Because driving tractor trailers, man, that must have been something.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I've always been just a gearhead in general, but tractor trailers, that was a good way for me to make a living. But I'm also doing something that I love, but I'm also able to support my racing career prior to now. So that's how that came about.
So how's the season gone for you so far in ARCA, right? You were at you had the debut at Hickory, if I'm not mistaken. You had a good finish at Kansas. What's been that experience like?
That experience has been great. Working with my team. Thank you to my sponsors because without them, this would not be happening. So thank you, Fox Teca and NBM, Carl Long, and my coach who trains me at ATC. But it's just been amazing. Learning all the tracks has been the coolest part. And then getting around other drivers that are new like me, but also ones that are veterans. So, sometimes if I get behind a faster car, I'm going to follow them and be stuck to them like glue because I want to see where they're getting into the gas, where they're lifting, what lines are they taking. So I'm just been loving learning everything that I can.
Can you walk me through a film session? You just mentioned you watch film, and for racing, I don't think that's a sport we think of as one that requires film watching. So what's film watching like for one of these races?
So for me, I got that from when I played football because we will always watch film. You have to, learn your opponents or either, however that looks. But for me in racing, I look at film so that way I can see, where people mostly pass at. And then some of the film that I'm able to watch, you can see their feet positions and I can see how much brake they're putting or if they're trail braking or what that looks like. So I just try to learn everything I can, watch as many different angles as possible, whether it's in car, out the car, and all of that, and just learning what I can. Because especially if it's at a track that I've never been to, I need to be well prepared.
So how's the film going for Watkins Glen? A lot of turns there. It's different than everything else. What's the film like for that one?
The film's it's good because I've been watching from last year. So it's pretty much same thing, the truck race from last year. And I have road course experience. I've just never raced at this track for Formula 4. So some of the things that I've already been doing on the sim is what I see them implementing via film. So I think we're pretty good.
I love it. Is there anything you can take from your motorcycle experience, motorcycle racing experience that you've brought into four wheels?
Yes, two things. The speed, that's something that I'm not really afraid of because we go almost and over 200-mile-an-hour in drag racing motorcycles, and also the reaction part of it because you have to be on top of your reaction with hitting your gears, your body position and all of that. And even if something happens on the track, you have to be able to correct it really fast. So I feel like, and have noticed that that has definitely carried on into now for the cars and
Wow.
trucks.
I can only imagine your reaction time must be insane, must be off the charts in comparison to mine. If I was going 200 on a motorcycle, I don't think things would end well for me. But here as we
But
wrap
believe
up,
it or not,
yeah.
believe it or not, it slows down. Like you get to a point on the drag strip where you can say, okay, I shift this into this gear at this place on the drag strip. And from the other racers that have been racing in the NASCAR classes for so long, series for so long, they say it slows down for them too. I'm not there yet, but I'm sure I'll get there.
I'll take your word for it. I don't think I ever want to find myself behind the wheel of any type of vehicle going over 200 miles an hour. I think I'll just take your word for that one. I think that's how we can leave that one off.
Okay.
Has there been anyone around NASCAR's circuits that have reached out to you ahead of this race at Watkins Glen, maybe offering some support or maybe tips or anything like that?
So yes, of course. So Lavar Scott, he's raced there before, and we work out at the same facility. So he's reached out. Rajah Caruth, actually, I got connected with him. So he's like, if there's anything you need, let me know. So those two have been the only two that have really reached out to me as of now. But if there's anybody out there want to give me pointers, I'm open to take them. Thank you.
Awesome. Rajah, a friend of the program. We had a interview with him last year ahead of the Richmond race, and we've got a signed Rajah picture hanging up in our studio. So we might have to get one of your signed pictures to hang up right next to his in the studio after this weekend. But now, as we look for the rest of 2026, the rest of the season, everything like that, what are some of your biggest goals you still want to achieve? What are some of the things you're still chasing out there?
So overall goes, I just want to continue to, I know it sounds repetitive, but this is literally what it is. I just want to continue to learn as much as possible. My goal has always been to finish each race. So let's start there. And if we could finish each race, I would love to continue to get these top 10 finishes in ARCA. In trucks, top 15 sounds great. We don't know, but top 15 for trucks. Let's do it. Just stay out of trouble on the racetrack, don't tear anybody up, and hopefully we don't get tore up. So, yeah, those are the goals.
You mentioned trying to finish having top 10. Kansas, you had a really good finish there where I think, if I'm not mistaken, you got up into a little bit and you were able to save it. Can you walk us through that moment over at Kansas?
Yes, the infamous spin save. So this was towards the end of the race, and I just feel a super push. Like it wasn't just a tap; it was like a push. And at that point, we're on the embankment going into turn two, and the car just turns to the side. And I'm looking at the wall, and I'm like, "We're not going that way." So I look directly into the infield, and somehow, miraculously, I was able to save it. So that was amazing. And then when I look back at the video and saw from the front angle, the back of the car was where the front of the car normally is. So I don't know how that happened, but we saved it. It sucks, but it's okay. We didn't tear the car up. I hate that I got bumped, but it's okay. I guess that's racing.
Hopefully, you don't have to have any crazy saves this weekend up at Watkins Glen. We wish you so much luck. Dystany, really appreciate your time. Good luck getting ready for everything, and good luck in your traveling up there to New York.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.